What's good? What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of The Urban Platform Speaks. Make sure to like and subscribe as you tune into the channel, check out the content. And with that being said, man, I want to speak on Zion Williams, right? And, the question was asked, like recently, Zion Williams just suffered another season ending injury. And so now again, the questions come up like, is Zion Williams a bust? So I heard, some people talk about it. Shannon Sharp was talking about Zion Williams and his career and what has happened in his career so far. So now, honestly, I don't think Zion Williams is a bust. I always thought about Zion. I always thought that Zion was a guy who didn't reach his potential, you know. And by that I mean like because he was injured, he didn't give himself the opportunity to even learn like how to play the game at the professional level. Everything that we see Zion, we saw Zion Williams do, it was like natural, God-given ability, jumping out the gym. Like I don't know what Zion vertical leap is, but this guy can jump out the gym. And so that's not something that is taught to you. That's like, that's a gift that was given to him physically from God, right? And so that's what he was, that's what was carrying his career, his physical ability. He never gave himself the opportunity to learn the game because he's always injured. And so what I do think though is Zion Williams, he lacked self-control and he wasn't able to get himself in shape so he can stay healthy and give himself enough time to learn the game of professional basketball. And so that's where I think that Zion Williams fell short. I don't think he's a bust because anybody who can make it to that level of basketball, you can't be a bust. When you get chosen, in my opinion, when you get chosen for an NBA basketball team, for at least for that season, to me, that says that you're one of the top 450 guys in the world. Whether you are on the bench or whether you are part of that starting five, you the top 450, 450 guys in the world playing professional basketball. Because to me, like the NBA is the cream of the crop. That's the best league in the world, the NBA. So you can't be a bust. Number one, if you're in the NBA, in my opinion, you can't be a bust. But I think that Zion Williams had an opportunity, and I don't know like what his career is going to look like going forward, but I think Zion Williams had the opportunity um to not only to get better, but to learn the basketball game. Like you want to be a student of the game. That's what fans like myself, that's what we appreciate about a guy like Kobe, Magic, Mike, Bird. Like those guys, every year they got better. They studied the game, they knew the history of the game. And even if the fans don't realize or recognize the importance of knowing the history of the game, we can appreciate it once we see it manifest, like in the players that do understand and realize the history of the game. If because I just recently found out that Kobe used to study players like Elgin Baylor, right? Everybody know that Kobe played hard and Kobe was dedicated, but we didn't know. All we saw was the end result of what went on the court. We wasn't in his film study sessions. You hear about how these guys, Magic, like I say, Bird, you hear about how they work out in the off season. And then, we just see the results later on. We don't know what they actually go through. And so I would like to have seen like somebody like Zion Williams, man, if he learned with that physical ability and like his and as big as he is, like far as like how wide this dude is, big shoulders and everything. If he learned how to play a mid-range game or a low post game at that size and know how to work and footwork and stuff like that, that's the whole challenge, man, is to be able to get like mix your physical skills of the game of basketball with the develop the physical and the mental, and then have those two peak at the same time. That should be the challenge for every professional athlete. Have your physical skills and your mental skills max out and peak at the same time, and then that's when you get the kind of guys. That's when you get like a Larry Bird. That's when you get like a Magic Johnson and a Kobe Bryant. When these guys, man, they understand they understand the game of basketball like the back of their hand, and then they have the physical talents to carry through with what they know, you know. And so with Zion, I just feel like it's not looking like he's going to get that opportunity to to really, to really put both of those together. I think had Zion, been able to like take control of like his weight and take control of like his physical health and give himself time to learn how to play the game of basketball. Who knows how like the sky could be the limit for Zion, you know. And so that's why I say I don't think he's a bust, but I do think that there was opportunity missed there for Zion to be the kind of player that that the New Orleans Pelicans was hoping that he could be, like a franchise ball player, where the Pelicans be like, well, we Zion, everybody just get on Zion back, and Zion just carried them to the championship because he is just that great. I think that and a lot of athletes, not just professional athletes, but fall into that trap of just relying on their physical abilities, and that's not a knock against Zion, but it's just something that young people do. Young people, you know, most young people. I don't care if you're a basketball player, if you're a construction worker. People more especially if you're having success, more likely people will rely on their physical ability than they would like the mental aspect of it, because number one, people don't really realize how important the mental aspect of anything is until their physical starts to until they either get tired physically or their physical ability decline. Then they like, oh man, now when you get tired, that's like when people get tired, like, oh man, I gotta work smarter and not harder, And so, but while you full of energy, while you full of pep, then you don't mind working harder, but as you get older, you realize you like, man, if I want to have any type of success, I'm going to have to work smarter because I can't continue to physically, grind like this. And that's at anything. Like I say, basketball, construction work, whatever your job is, man, you want to work, smarter and not harder, And so I just think, that Zion, hopefully, I don't know to the extent of his injury, but I know that once you start getting hurt, uh, you know, it's hard to get out of that. It's hard to get out of that rut. Once your body start breaking down, you start getting hurt for this, you start getting hurt for that. It's hard to turn that around. I don't know. Will Zion be able to turn it around and get straight all of a sudden and just start to eat right, exercise, and just focus on basketball, like make basketball his life? I don't know. Is that even something that Zion want? Do Zion want to just be like, be consumed by basketball, because that really, with any professional athlete, like that's the only way you're going to get the best out of them is if they are consumed with basketball. If they are willing to put that work in, um, when ain't nobody else watching. That's what, that's what determines how high these guys go in their career, and how much success they have on the court. You know, how much work are you willing to put in when nobody else is watching? That's the main thing right there. And so, yeah, I mean, definitely Zion is not a bust, but I just wish we had the opportunity to see Zion like max out his physical abilities and his mental capabilities at the same time, and put those together and see what kind of career he would have had. And again, like I said, I don't know the extent of his injuries, but I do know, like, from his past performances, that he is he just not dedicated to taking care of himself, um physically. And so I hope that Zion come back from this injury, and I would like to see Zion be a successful basketball player at this level, and I want to see him, see what he can do. Hopefully he get himself together as far as his weight is concerned and his health and stuff, and lose weight like he's supposed to, like he should. But that's my take on it. I don't think Zion is a bust. Like any other fan of basketball, I just want to see these guys just max out. So as a fans, we can be entertained. But so, like I said, that's my take on it. Make sure to like and subscribe as you tune into the channel. Like I said, and don't forget to leave a comment. And with that being said, I'll check you all out on the next episode.